All right, I think we should be good now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. Today is October 20th, 2020. My name is Carlos Garcia. I'm the founder and CEO of GAR Capital. Thanks for joining me this morning. First things first, make sure to look at the bottom right hand of your screen. There is the little icon there. Make sure to click that to like our videos, turn notifications, and make sure to subscribe. Current subscription level we are at is 4,952. So 48 more subscribers, and I will do a live trading session with you guys. Last time was a really great one. I want to do it again. So let's go ahead and do a live trading session once we get to 5,000 subs. How about that? So if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so. All right, let's go ahead and talk market, shall we? Dow futures up 90 points off the highs overnight. NASDAQ futures up 0.14 off the highs overnight as well. We were as high as 0.80. S&P futures up 0.32%, 34.33. Russell 2000 index 0.61 outperforming. Remember, that's IWM for you guys. Light crude oil down 0.63% at 40.82. Bitcoin futures knocking on the door of 12,000. Watch that level, 185, up $185 today. Gold is down a quarter point, 1906 an ounce. Silver futures 0.17 to the upside, 24.74 an ounce. Euro dollar up 38 pips, 1.1810. Dollar yen is up 29 pips at 105.71. Dollar index is now down about 0.18% at 93.25. And the VIX is actually red today, 1.37 after the flush that we had yesterday. So let's go ahead and talk about it. A couple of headlines I want to read for you today before we go ahead and get started. Again, basically the main thing today is that today is the stimulus deadline, I guess soft deadline, whatever you want to call it, from the House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. That if we don't get a deal done by today or approve something, then no deal. No deal, I guess, until the election. So basically, I got a couple headlines here. If you have not followed us on Twitter, you're kind of really missing out because we tweet out all the information out. So U.S. Senator Ted Cruz says he's very skeptical on a trade deal. Let's see here. I want to see exactly what the president said. U.S. President Trump expects McConnell to be on board if there is relief deal. President Trump says that he was on Fox and Friends this morning, right around 8 this morning. Administration wants a COVID-19 aid deal. Expects Senate Republicans to go along if a deal emerges. We will see if Pelosi will change her mind. So again, as we're coming up to election, only about 2.5 weeks away. It's going to the prospects are looking very grim. President Trump wants bigger stimulus than the Democrats. Senate Republicans are kind of breaking away from the president. They kind of want to save money. They don't want to keep spending. So for where we are now, I mean, it's kind of tough to see if we do get a deal. We'll probably get some headlines here, maybe an extension, but I don't see a deal happening anytime soon. More than likely, it'll be after the election. More than likely. So that's what I'm looking at. Pelosi will be on Bloomberg TV at 12:30 p.m. So if you want to see that, that's on Bloomberg.com. It's free online. If you want to just type in Bloomberg.com, you can see it for free at 12:30. A couple of price upgrades here. JP Morgan raises McDonald's target price to 220 from 205. Some other news. Microsoft teams with Elon Musk SpaceX to push cloud battle with Amazon into orbit. That's from the Wall Street Journal. And looks like Pelosi and Mnuchin push corona relief talks as U.S. Senate votes on a limited bill. $500 billion is the bill that's going to be voted on today in the Senate. And a couple of earnings here that I went ahead and reposted. Philip Morris had earnings. Procter & Gamble had earnings. What else? Lockheed Martin had earnings. They increased their dividend. Google also, some news. U.S. Department of Justice has media briefing today on antitrust. Does not mention Google. But there's also one more headline here. And I just wanted to read it to you. Senate committee postponed vote on Twitter, Facebook subpoenas. That's from Politico. So that's where we are. Google accused by the U.S. of abusing market power in landmark case. I just retweeted that from you. United States NIH, National Institute of Health, boss unlikely to get COVID-19 vaccine before late November. So looks like no vaccine is going to happen by the election. So 2 weeks away from the election. The pressure's on, obviously, so let's see what we get. With that being said, let's kind of look at some pre-market movers. I'm going to go ahead and get that to you. Okay, so DraftKings also had another stock offering. So they're down about 2.76%. Dow Jones here, Apple's up 0.46%, Visa's up 0.5%, IBM, lowest revenue since 1997, down 3.79%. When it comes to cloud, I've been saying stay away from IBM. There's really just 3 companies that I recommend when it comes to cloud. It's Salesforce.com, it's Microsoft, and it's Amazon. And I own Microsoft and Amazon personally. Procter & Gamble, upbeat from the earnings, 1.67% to the upside. Boeing is up 0.68%. JP Morgan's up 0.5%. Microsoft up 0.62%. American Express is also up 0.45%. On the S&P side, American Airlines up 1%, Carnival up 1.7%, Freeport McMoran up 1.5%. On the NASDAQ side, Tesla up 0.35%. They report earnings tomorrow, mind you. AMD up 0.24%. Zoom still continues to zoom up 1% almost. Facebook up 0.5%. Moderna up 2.31%. Netflix up 0.5%, and Nvidia down up 0.5% as well. So what I've been watching for the most part is really the names that have been moving to the upside have been consistent. It's been the same momentum names. I've been saying that over and over on the recaps. So again, what are the momentum names that you want to look for? Again, Square's up there, Peloton, Zoom. Zoom is kind of expensive, but they move. Snap would kind of set there. CGC was another one yesterday. So again, there's a lot of winners out there that if you just have to look. So again, if we want to take a look at Peloton, I was watching that yesterday, and there's a level here that I'm very, very watchful for. 135. If you break 135 on Peloton, I would play the 140 calls. So take a look at Peloton. I'm watching that. Take a look at Square, another descending triangle. I love this stock here. I actually bought some. 192.50 is the break level on Square. Keep an eye on that. On Zoom to the upside, again, you still need a little more. I would like to see if they break those recent highs of about 588. So 588.84 is my level to break out. Again, it's just going to be like an Nvidia. It's a little more expensive, obviously. So just keep that in mind. Another name like Datadog. Again, another one of those momentum names. Not much going on here. Again, I would see a break of 115 before I do anything there for the most part. Twitter has been another one. But again, with all this subpoena stuff in the Department of Justice, you may see a little pressure here. So you can see Twitter is down below the 200-day, like most indices. So again, I probably skip that. But there's a lot of names out there that you can watch out there to play. Looking at SPY, SPY did bounce, obviously, off that right here, off that 61.8 fib. It's still right there, but it's still below the indices. If it does break around 342, I would probably play some puts here. The market doesn't allow you to play puts overnight for some insane reason. It just likes to bounce overnight with futures and then sell off during the day. So that's where we are. But again, my eyes are on the momentum names. Those names have been moving. And maybe take a look at Snap. They do report today after the bell. So maybe you could probably scalp a couple of points there. Take a look at the 30s if you do break 29.15, but make sure to get out before the close. That'd be a nice little play if you break above 29. All right, let's go ahead and answer some questions. Did I buy the DKNG before I did, but no, I haven't bought it lately, no. Good morning, boss. How are you navigating the stimmy elections and COVID markets right now? Right now, again, the main thing I'm looking for, obviously, is to keep the risk low and find the names that are moving. That's kind of the key. Again, you see a lot of choppiness out there, but there's a lot of momentum names out there that don't care about stimulus. Again, like I said, Zoom, Datadog, Square, and Peloton, those kind of names have been moving. So, those are some of the names I'm watching. IWM has been moving as well, so small caps as well. Again, there's a lot of opportunities out there. You just have to really dig. Is DKNG at a good price loaded for long term? So DKNG, I have an alert at 40, which is where I would add some more, but I already own shares. So once it has 40, I will add. Pen is forming a triangle at the bottom of the trend, possible bounce up, more blood. So let's see. Pen, I have an alert at 62.05. Again, I would not trade options on these two names, DKNG and Pen. I've gotten burned before, but for investing, I do like them. I would buy Pen at 62. That's where I would buy it. Bull trap, I don't think stimulus will pass. Well, there's not really a bull trap here, to be honest with you, because you'd have to kind of be breaking out levels before you start getting a bull run. I think basically pessimism is kind of priced in. I don't think we're going to get a deal anyways. But again, that's the kind of market where if the market's doing so well, why do we need stimulus anyways? Again, this pondering thoughts out loud. I think for the most part, we will get a stimulus after the election. Depending who wins, that's what will happen. We're going to get one regardless. The question is how big of one. If Trump wins re-election, he's definitely going to push a stimulus deal because he has his mandate. If Biden wins, he's definitely going to push one as well. So it really depends who wins Congress. But again, It's really, are we willing to wait for 2 weeks for a stimulus deal? Probably. How do you feel about Beyond cost upside? Beyond, let's take a look at that. Beyond is another momentum mover. I still need a lot more there, guys. So you're gonna have to go around 190 before you do anything on this trade. 190, there is a gap fill right around 192, but again, you can't really do anything here. You'd have to break above 188, 189 before I make a move. Netflix, butterfly call. Again, Netflix, when it comes to earnings, stay away. It is expensive as it is, and the premiums will be very much juiced. So just keep an eye. Again, it's gonna be very expensive. You have earnings. I would just stay away from Netflix. Why don't you react instead of predicting? How much of the volume is good volume for options? Anything above 1,000 is what I usually like. Apple 25 gap fill. I need it back to 125. Oops. Let's see, Apple. Yep, I see it. Again, you're kind of right around the 200-day moving average. I have my alert to buy more shares at $105, $104.76. So if they wants to fall a little more, I'm all for it. But again, Apple is moving with E-mini futures. Again, it's the largest part of E-mini futures. It's the largest part of NASDAQ. So again, it moves with the market. Keep that in mind. Good morning. Thoughts on ESPO, ARK, ETF as ETFs for portfolio? I love them all. I own 2 of those, SPY-G and ESPO. ARK is the Innovation ETF. I'm all for it. Roku puts. Roku is another momentum name. I forgot to say. And they does love to move. If you were looking at Roku puts, 220 needs to break first. 220. 220 is big, but again, the 200 days right there at 217.05, so it could bounce off there. Just be careful. Thoughts on ARK long term? I like it. I just don't own it, but I like it. QQQJ is another good one. Take a look at that. Do you see Workhorse making a move to the upside? 1030 call. Well, let's see Workhorse. Workhorse, I'm seeing a downward trend here. For next 30s for next week, you need to break above 24 before that even comes to fruition. So again, we're seeing a little pressure here. It is down pre-market. It's all going to be on, price action this week on Workhorse. Again, they're an electric vehicle maker. If Tesla knocks it out of the park on Wednesday, Workhorse could be beneficiary. Same thing with NIO. And then if Tesla does beat, then you're going to see NIO, Workhorse. These names are going to get boosted up in sympathy, as what we say. What's going on with the AMD, and NVIDIA? AMD and NVIDIA I do own long term. Yesterday, Intel, Micron were basically the big winners. Intel sold some of its memory ARM unit. They're just to get rid of it, but I still like AMD to the upside. Still love the AMD long term. Right now, it's pretty much range bound. Not much going on. In regards to NVIDIA, remember AMD does report soon. NVIDIA is going to slip a little bit. Again, I would never sell NVIDIA ever. You hold on to that thing and you buy dips. Anything below 500 is a buy for NVIDIA. Just to give you a heads up. Fastly. I don't own any of Fastly. I don't even know what they do. To be honest with you, I've heard about it. I really don't know. I have to research them, but I don't own any. And Fastly, again, you can still see, still hurting. Again, you still have that big fall after earnings. Didn't even bounce at all. Not even try to retrace. It's just been going down. Again, here, you almost have to look at puts. I would probably take a look at, let me go and expand this on Fastly. Maybe the 80 puts if there's some volume. But again, it's still below the 50, still below everything. It's breaking down support. If it breaks below 82.20, I would start taking a look at those 80s. That could be a play. So take a look at Fastly to the downside because I see a lot of weakness there. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, guys, we'll go leave it there. Make sure to subscribe. I want to do a live trading session with you guys. That'd be fun. So let me know of anything, guys. Catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. I'll catch you guys later today in the afternoon for the market recap. I know you guys love it, and we'll catch you guys later. Have a good one, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate your support as always.